All right, well, I'm back again today with another viewer submitted puzzle. I received this puzzle from someone named Ranksk, and Ranksk actually has his own YouTube channel where he solves Sudokus and other puzzles. And this one's called Equal Sums, um, and it's a rule set that I'm not familiar with. I think there's been other puzzles with this before. I've kind of heard vaguely that this was a thing, but I've never actually solved one of these, so should be interesting. It looks to be similar to arrows, but with a little twist. So, um, normal Sudoku rules apply. For each line, digits have an equal sum within each box it passes through. So, I suppose like these three here have to sum to the same amount as these two, and these two are the same as that one. Um, so that's how I'm assuming the rules work. I guess if you're seeing this video, then that's probably how the rules work. Because if I'm misunderstanding the rules, I'm not going to be successful in solving this. So that's all the rules. That's all we need to know. So it should be really interesting. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for this puzzle as usual, and also a link to Rank's. That's hard to. The possessive form is hard to say. Rank's YouTube channel, and you can go check that out. I know he does a lot of live solves of stuff, and longer live solves. He used to do like 8-9 hour live solves. I think he split them up now into maybe 4 hour chunks. But you can go hang out and contribute in the chat and help him solve some puzzles. And I'm gonna give this one a try now, and we'll see how it goes. So, I mean, like this one here is essentially an arrow with the circle right here. It's like a 2-digit arrow with a circle. Same down here. But some of these other ones are a little different. Okay. So this arrow right here, or I'm probably gonna call them arrows because that's kind of how my brain's thinking of them. But this cell has to be the same sum as these two and as these three. So essentially, these three have to equal that one. It's kind of like, again, a circle or an arrow with the circle right here and kind of an arrow there, and then another arrow over here that's not connected to the circle. Um, but the important thing is three cells that have to sum to a single digit number. This has to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. And then we have the same thing here. And then is it over here too? Yeah, these three have to be there, and these three have to be, yeah. So these are all 6, 7, 8, or 9. Now we have a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. Oh, these two can't be 7 because the 7 down here. Now, that means these are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is at most 9, 4, and 5. Oh, but it's at least 6 because we have 3 cells down here. So it's at least 6 and at most 9. But I don't know if we can limit it much more than that. And this, well, this one's limited now too, right? Because it's at most 5. So it's got to be 3, 4, or 5. And these have to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. But that's still quite a few options there. What about the 7 down here? Does this help us? So these are at most 17, right? 8 and 9. So these are at most 10. And these are a minimum of 1 and 2, which would give us 7 or 10 over here. So these are at least 10. So these two are at least 10, and these two are at most 10. And these have to be 7 more than these. So, yeah, that's not really very helpful. So these are somewhere between 3 and 10, and these are 10 to 17. That doesn't. That can be a lot of things still, though. I know these can't be 16 because they'd have to be 9 and 7, but I don't know what that does for us. Okay. So where do we look next? We know, I mean, we know one of these is 1, 2, 4, because it has to be a 7 for the total. But we don't know what the other one is. If we knew it was 6 and 7, then we'd have, definitely a 1, 2. If it's 7 and 8, we definitely have a 1 in both of those. And I mean, you have to have a 1 or a 2 in both of them for sure, because the 9, even if it's 9, you'd have to have 1 with something or 2, 3, 4. Hmm. Well, these 5 are 5 of the 6 that some 2, 3, 4. Right, so the minimum here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is 15. This could be 1, I suppose. So that would be 16. Yeah, so these can't be, these have to be 8 and 9. Because they have to be at least 16 total. And 6 and 8 is 14, 6 and 9 is 15. And you can't have a 7, so they have to be 8 and 9. So these are 6 and 7. Okay, so now we know there's a 1 and a 2 on these. One of them is 1, 2, 3. One of them is 1, 2, 4. But we know there's a 1 and a 2 in here. But there's no reason they couldn't be on the lines here, because you could have 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5, 2, 4. Okay. So now if we knew 1 and 2 had to be in here, then we could force the 1 and the 2 onto the lines. That would be good. But this could still be a 1 or a 2 down here, so we can't put 1 and 2 on there for sure. One of them is definitely in here. One of the 1 or the 2s, but the other one could be there, I think. So these, well, so these are 17, right? So these have to be 15 or 16, because we know they're at least 15. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 15. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, it's 16. So this has to be 1 or 2 to then finish off the 17. If it's 15, so if there's a 5 in here, then there's a 2 there. If there's a 6 in here, then there's a 1 there. And these are 7, 8, and 9 plus a 5 or a 6. Okay. Don't think this one's going to be very helpful over here. Well, here, let's see. These are 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 4. So these are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we can only use 1. We can't use. Oh, we could use 1 or 2 though, still, couldn't we? Well, we can only use 1 from 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this couldn't be like the sum couldn't be 6 because you have to have 1, 5, 2, 4. It can be 7, 8, 2, 6, 3, 5. No, because the thing is, you need to have, if the sum was 8, you'd need to have 8 2 different ways. So like 1, 7, 2, 6, or 2, 6, 3, 5, or something. But you'd be using too many, because we've already got 3 of 1, 2, 3, and 4 in these cells, so we can only use 1 of them in here. Can you do 9? 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. No, you can't. You can't do 9. What about 10? You can't do 10. 11? 9, 2, 3, 8, 4, 7. Yeah, 11 would work, because you could have 5 and 6, and then the other one would have one of these. So 11 would work. And then I think once you go above 11, it's going to be possible because you could do 7, 5 for 12, 13, 6, 7, 14. Yeah. But we can't go above 15. So it's between 11 and 15 for the sum of this. Yeah, that's not very helpful, is it? Because there's still a lot of options there. If it's 11 or 15. If we do... Yeah. And 11 would be 22 total. And the whole column is 45. So that would leave 23. But that should definitely be possible with those. Okay, that's not the place to look then. Um... what about... We said we have to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 in here, right? In these 5 cells. So they can't be in here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 have to be in these cells. And yeah, so these, right, these are 8 and 9. So they total 17, right? And so you can't have, because the one is 8 and one is 9. So these are 8 and 9. They total 17. And I don't think you can have more than two of 1, 2, 3, and 4 in a total of 17 because 4, 3. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. But not without using 8 or 9. That's the key, right? Because 4, 3, 2, 8 would work, but you have to use an. But the 8 could be in the one that's not. No, no, no. Okay, forget that. Forget that. I'm thinking about this wrong. Forget the sum. We don't care that they're 17. One of them's 8 and one of them's 9. And with 1, 2, 3, and 4, if you have two of them, the highest you can get is 7 with 3 and 4. So you can only have one of 1, 2, 3, and 4 on each of these lines. So the other two of 1, 2, 3, and 4 have to go in here. I don't know what that tells us, but it's a thing. so, but you could do all the way up to 16 here then. 3, 4, because this could be a 9 if this is 8. 3, 4, 9, 16. Yeah, 7 and 9. And it could be as small as 1, 2, and I guess 5, 8. But those are definitely two from 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is between 8 and 16. That's such a huge range, though. Oh, right, right. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9. And now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quintuple, and the 5 has to be in here. So those are not 5, but this can't be 1 and 2. Just like I was saying before, if we could, I was trying to get 1 and 2 limited in here, but actually it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in all of these. So these are 1 and 2. So that makes these, knowing that these, sets of 2 are 6 and 7. I guess they're 4, 5, and 6. Except it can't be 5. It can't be 5 because if this is 5, it could be 7, 2, 5, right? Then this would have to be 6, 1, 5. So you can't actually have 5. It has to be, it's going to have to be 7, 1, 6, and 6, 2, 4 somehow. One of them's 1 and one of the other. But now we have a 4, 6 pair. These are not 4s. These cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So these are 7, 8. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the 6 has to be in here. Yeah, these are 7, 8, and 9. So these are 3 and 5. So these are not 3s. I'm going to get rid of some pencil marks here. There we go. So 3, 5, 1, 2, 4. So these are 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this, the minimum I can do up here is 13 with 6 and 7. If this is a 3, the maximum I can do is 12. So this can't be a 3. This has to be a 5. And we get our first digit in the grid. This is not a 3. Now, this is either 12, 13, or 14. And there's no way to make 12, so this can't be 7. So it's 13 or 14, which is then 6, 7, or 6, 8. So there's definitely a 6 on here. So this is not 6. This could be 6, 7, 8, 9, or 6, 8, 9, 7. But this one can't be an 8. Because it's either 6, 7 with an 8, or it's 6, 8. So there's an 8 up here for sure. So that's a 7 or a 9. So how do we determine which of these is 3? There's a 3 in there, so there's a 3 up here. Four. So this could be 1, 2, 4. Then this would be 3, 1, 2. Or this, yeah. Okay. Down here, I can't use. Right, it's the same kind of thing as we were saying here, where we had 3 of 1, 2, 3, and 4 already. We've already got 3 of 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. And in fact, we also, right, and 1 and 2 have to be on this line. So this could be a minimum of 3, 5. And then with 4, 5, or 3, 6. So this is 8 or 9. So this is either 3, 5, 4, 5, or 3, 6. 8 or 9. Yeah, and so where does 8 and 9 go in row 9? It's got to, 8 and 9 have to be on this line. Now, we obviously can't put 8 and 9 both over here because, well, for one, it would be too big of a sum, but also there's, one of them is right there. Could we put both of them over here? That would be 17. These would have to be 10. I think that's possible. What if they're on opposite sides? So if this had an 8 or a 9. Right. Yeah, okay, so let's say we put an 8 over here, right? Just right there. It doesn't really matter where. That's already 15. So theoretically we could have a 1 there maybe, which would make 16. But our minimum would be 16. If you had a 9, it would be even higher. But 16, you have to have 9 and 7, which we can't do. Anything higher, you're broken. So the 8 and 9 actually have to both be over here. Which then means this is 17. This has to be 10. And it can't be 9, 1, or 8, 2, or 3, 7. So it's got to be 4, 6. So these are 3, 5. That gives us an 8 there. The 4, 6 means that's not a 4. This is not 4, 6, or 3, 5. So we get a 1, 2 pair. 8 and 9. So these are now 13 for our maximum. But we could still go as low as 8, I think. So what do we do now? Oh, so right, one of these is 6. One of these two is 6. The other one is 7, 1, 6. So there's sixes. We've got a 6 X-wing here essentially, which is going to put a 6 over here. And now we know that there's no 6 in here. This has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has to be 2 to complete our 17. This is not 2. This is not 2. So this could be but it could be 2, 1, 5 with an 8 or 2, 3, 4 with a 9. And this one would then be 1, 2, 5 or 2, 3, 4. I don't know which one yet. But we know there's a 6 there. So these are 7, 8, and 9 here. One of these is 7, which is going to have an 8, 9 pair. And whichever one is 7 is 8, 9. So 6, 7, 8, and 9 on one of these, either row 4 or row 6. You're going to have 6, 7, 8, and 9. And these will have to be 3, 5, or 4, 5, I guess. Ah, and the 5 has to be here. And we have already got a 3. So this has to be 4, 5. Making 9. This is not 9. I think this works. And so this is the only place for an 8 in this row. This becomes 8. This is not 8. And then right, the 4, 5 here. So this is 6, 1, 7, 6, 2, 4. That makes this a 3. These are 1 and 2. There's no 3 in any of these. So there's definitely a 3 in here now. They can't have a 4. There's definitely a 3. This is... it has to be 1 and 7 to make 8, giving us 9 there. 3, 2. Very nice. These are not 2. So we get a 1, 4, 5 triple. This has to be a 2. This is a 7, so that's not 7. Now, the 2, 3, and the 8. So this is 13, which means it has to be 6 and 7, which we said was our maximum once we had the 8 and 9 down here. And that 6 and 7 will give us the 1 and 7 up here. This is 9, so we know this is 2, 3, 4. These are 1 and 5 to go with the 2 for 8. So these are 1 and 5, I think, which gives us the 4, 5 here. Okay, what about here? This can be, well, obviously, we said this had to be a minimum of 6. So, can't have a 1. Oh, but it could be 6 or 7, couldn't it? So this is 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 4. This one can't be 2 or 3. So, yeah, so those could still be 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 4. Oh, no, they can't. There's a 4, 6 here, so these can't be 4. So these are 1, 2, 3. It has to be 6 total. 5, 1. The 4 up here gives us the order of the 4 and the 6. And so does the 6, I guess. The 2 here gives us the 1 and the 2 there. This is not 2. This is not 1. Oh, now we know this is 6, so this has to be the 1, 2, 3. This one's the 7, so it has to be the 1, 2, 4. These are 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3 triple, so it gives us the 5 and the 3 here. The 2 here gives us the 1 and the 2 and the 1 and what did I do? Oh, I typed the wrong digits. 1, 2, 3, 1. There we go. And that one will give us the 5 and the 1 up here. Now what? 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. We have a 7 in there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these are 7, 8, and 9. And this one can't be an 8. So now we've got a 7, 9 pair. These are 6 and 8, and they have to be in that order because of the 8. The 6 is going to give us the 7 and the 6, and that's 7. Give us the 9 and the 7. And, oh, this 2 here gives us the 3 and the 2, which gives us the 4 and the 3. The 1 gives us the 5 and the 1. These are 5 and 9, and they have to be in that order because of those. And because of that 5. The only thing left in the column is a 3. This can't be 8. This can't be 9. Oh, the 7 here. So this is 6, 8, giving us a 9 there, because it's 14, 14, 7, 8, 7. These are 4, 5, and 9. That one can't be 5. So now we should be able to figure out this up here, probably. So minimum is 11. Well, here, let's fill in 2, 3, 4. These are 7, 8, and 9. That can't be 7. And these are 4, 5, and 6. That one can't be 5. So these are a minimum of 11. Yeah, it can't be 11. This is, well, I guess the minimum over here is 15. So this has to be a 9, which is 16. So now this can't be a 6, but it could be 385 or 394, couldn't it? So this is 85 or 94. 4, 5, 6, 8. Oh, it can't be 9, 4, because there's a 9 right there. This is an 8. It's to be 8 and 5, right? Yeah, 16. So these are not 5 or 8. That's a 4, 6 pair. The 4 and the 6 down here give us the order for those. These are not 8. It's not 5. The 9 gives us the 4 and the 5. And that 4 is going to give us 6, 4. The 6 will give us 8 and 6. The 7 over there gives us the order of the 7 and 9. If I can type correctly, this has to be 8. These are 3 and 9, and the 3 gives us the order, and then that 9 will give us the 8 and the 9, and our timer turns green, which means we are done. All right, that was Equal Sums by Ranks. That was really cool. I've done a lot of arrow puzzles, and it's kind of like arrows, but kind of different, and that was really neat. I haven't seen one of these before. I know there's some others out there. I'll have to go check them out. Yeah, let me know what you thought of that puzzle. Were you able to figure it out? Did you think it was a lot like arrows? Did you have a different approach? It's pretty interesting. Neat idea. I bet there's a lot you can do with these, especially if you had longer lines. You could have some bigger sums. Interesting. All right. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Go check out Rank's YouTube channel. It's really hard to say the possessive form of Ranks. Ranks is a little bit of a tongue twister as it is. So, all right. Anyways, there you go. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be back again soon with another puzzle. Thanks.